Most people spend their whole working life doing everything right. They show up, they save when they can, they raise their families, they try to be responsible. And then retirement comes. And somehow, things still go wrong. Not because they weren't good people, not because they didn't work hard enough, but because of a few quiet mistakes. Mistakes that most people don't even know they're making until it's too late to fix them. Today, I want to talk about 4 of those mistakes. 4 things that slowly, silently chip away at the retirement you worked so hard to build. And more importantly, I want to share how you can avoid each one, because you deserve to enjoy this next chapter of your life, with less worry and a lot more peace. Let's start with the first one, and this one surprises a lot of people. Mistake number 1 is this: chasing one big investment. Now, I understand why people do this. When you're getting closer to retirement, there's a feeling that creeps in, a kind of quiet urgency. You start thinking, I need to make this money grow, fast. And so people take bigger risks than they should. Maybe a friend tells you about a great opportunity. Maybe you see something online that promises high returns. Maybe someone you trust says, "This is how I doubled my money." And it's tempting, it really is. But here's something important to remember. Retirement money is not the same as investment money. Think about it this way. If you're 30 years old and you take a big risk and lose half of what you put in, you still have time. Time to recover, time to rebuild, time to try again. But if you're 60, if you lose a big chunk of your savings at that stage of life, the math is just different. You may not have the years left to recover. And that's a painful reality that a lot of people face. So what's the solution? Shift your thinking. Instead of asking, how do I grow this money fast? Start asking, how do I protect what I already have? That's not giving up, that's wisdom. Steady, safe, and consistent is how most people actually make it through retirement okay. Now, the second mistake is one that almost nobody talks about, but almost everybody makes. Mistake number 2, spending like nothing has changed. This one is quiet, almost invisible, because it doesn't feel like a problem at first. You retire, you have savings, life feels pretty normal. So you keep doing what you've always done. The same vacations, the same habits, the same way of managing, or not managing, your money. And for a few months, it feels fine. But slowly, month by month, the numbers start to shift. The money going out stays the same, but the money coming in, that's different now. There's no more paycheck coming every 2 weeks. And this is where a lot of people get into trouble. Not because they're careless, but because they never made the mental shift. You see, there are really 2 phases to your financial life. The first phase is your earning years. That's when income is coming in regularly and you're building. The second phase, retirement, is your protecting years. That's when you're living off what you've already built. And those 2 phases require different mindsets, different habits, different priorities. The good news is, you don't have to make drastic changes. You don't need to give up the things you love. But you do need to be conscious. Look at your spending, understand where the money is going, and make small, thoughtful adjustments early, before the situation forces you to. A little awareness today can make a big difference a year from now. The third mistake is one that comes from a place of love, which makes it especially hard to talk about. Mistake number 3, depending entirely on your children. Now, I want to say something clearly here. There is nothing wrong with having a close family. There is nothing wrong with accepting help when it's offered. Family is one of life's greatest gifts. And yes, Many adult children do want to help their parents. They love you, they care. But here's the reality. Your children have their own lives, their own bills, their own pressures and responsibilities. And life has a way of being unpredictable. Jobs change, health situations happen, marriages, children, unexpected costs. Life throws things at all of us. If your entire retirement plan is built around the hope that your children will take care of you, you're putting yourself in a very fragile position. Not because they don't love you, but because love alone can't always protect you from financial hardship. A stable retirement needs to be built on independence, on having your own plan, your own resources, your own foundation. That doesn't mean you can't lean on family sometimes. Of course you can. But lean on them for love and connection, not as your only financial safety net. The strongest families are the ones where the parents don't have to carry financial worry into every holiday dinner. Give yourself that gift. Give your family that gift. And now we come to the fourth mistake. In my opinion, this might be the most important one of all, because without this, nothing else really matters. Mistake number 4, ignoring your health. Think about this for a moment. You can plan beautifully. You can save carefully for decades. You can avoid every financial mistake I've mentioned today. And then one serious health issue can change everything. Medical bills, long-term care costs, medications, reduced mobility that limits your independence. These things add up faster than most people expect. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because it matters. Here's the thing though, and this is the part that I find genuinely hopeful. Your health is not fixed. No matter what age you are, no matter what shape you're in right now, there are things you can do to make things better. Simple things. Going for a walk every day. Eating a little better. Seeing your doctor regularly. Getting the checkups you've been putting off. None of that has to be overwhelming. Small habits, done consistently, can change the course of your health and your finances. Taking care of yourself now is one of the most financially responsible things you can do, because the healthier you are, the less you'll spend on medical care later, and the more life you'll actually get to enjoy. Your retirement years should be lived, not spent managing avoidable health problems. So let's take a breath and bring this all together. 4 mistakes. Chasing risky investments when you should be protecting what you have. Spending like your income hasn't changed when it has. Relying on your children instead of building your own independence. And neglecting your health, the foundation that everything else rests on. None of these mistakes are things that happen all at once. They're quiet, they're gradual, and that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. But here's what I want you to take away from today. It is never too late to make a better choice. Even small changes in how you think, how you spend, how you take care of yourself can make a meaningful difference. Retirement is not just about how much money you made. It's about how wisely you use what you have and how well you take care of the life you've built. You worked hard to get here. You deserve to enjoy it, with security, with dignity, and with peace of mind. Thank you so much for watching. If this helped you in any way, please consider sharing it with someone you care about, because sometimes the most important conversations are the ones we have before it's too late. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.